And we did, yes. The community didn't want it, but
62% said no.
Yeah. So I'm very concerned about some of the policies out there, and I'm concerned about what's not being said. There's sort of hints about what might happen, and we know what is happening. So if we have carte blanche in regard to libs and the nats in, I think we're in big trouble, and our patients are in big trouble. And that's pretty well all I have to say. So I will pass over to Richard.
Richard's only just returned from a little bit of leave, so I'll probably be a little bit slow in what I'm on about, but I've been asked to talk about Medicare. Now, we all know about Medicare. I'll give you a little bit of a history lesson to start with, right? 1974, I think the Whitlam government brought in Medibank. Medibank was revamped a little bit by none other than Fraser, which is unusual because he's a little bit left-leaning seen now, but also Mr. John Howard. Now, Mr. John Howard sort of destroyed the whole concept. Luckily, Keating and Hawke came into power in about 83. By 84, we had the Medicare as we know today. The Medicare as we know today was actually sort of at a 15% sort of gap in it, right? I think about sort of 2 years before Howard was actually deposed, he brought in the gap insurance, which sort of effectively put a bit of a nail in the coffin of Medicare and slowed it down a bit. But Medicare is the backbone of the public health system in Australia, right? We have a public system which, up in the, if my figures were correct, if I remember, about 7 to 9% of GDP, and we look after everybody, irrespective of who you are or what your income or what your financial status is, right? In America, it's a system with the Libs want us to go towards, costs 19% of GDP and looks after everybody except 40 million. 40 million people are left off the list. They're not looked after, right? I think we have a far better system where everybody is cared for and we pay a lot less for that care. Why are we trying to change our system to an American-style system?
Period.
We have a local man, or he's lived locally, running for the Nationals, who stated that we should have an American-style system of healthcare, right?
Charges the biggest stamp in too.
He's a medical entrepreneur. He's not a doctor. A doctor cares for their patients and tends to look after them, right? Medical entrepreneurs exploit the people that they care for. They want them sick, they want to keep them sick so they can make more money from them, right? We don't want that sort of person as our local member. Well, I suppose as far as Medicare goes, we need Medicare. We need to keep Medicare. We don't need to have them abolish it again. We don't want an American-style health system. We want an Australian-style health system, Medicare. And we don't want Abbott in there. Have you read Battle Lines? Anybody read Battle Lines? It's Tony Abbott's book. He's Mein Kampf, if you like to say. He's a right-wing radical, right? And all he wants to do is destroy the basics of the Australian way of life. We need to say no to him. So what I'm saying, there's a lot of people here from politics. I'm just saying to you, don't vote for our local Abbott man. We don't need it. We need a good, strong healthcare system available to all people, not just the very rich. Okay?
Richard, half of what's bankruptcy in the United States due to healthcare costs.
Yeah, and I think I read the other day that if you want to be if you want a baby in America, it'll cost you something like $30,000. 10,000. If you break your leg, well, you've got to sell your home. And yet these silly people wanted to adopt an American-style system. The same as in the UK, they're trying to get rid of their national health scheme, right? The national health scheme is one of the best systems in the world. And all the politicians, incidentally, who are supporting it, have their finger in the pie. They're the people that have sort of their finger in the pie for the privatised system. Yeah. I state my case, thank you. Look,